Before we jump into the details, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Before I begin, everything I'm about to reveal is based on my own research, connections, and information gathered through friends and other undisclosed sources. I won't be addressing any questions in the comments, as I'm sharing limited information to protect my sources. My sole purpose is to present this box to you, much like Pandora's box. Let's begin. Who is Noel Rasmussen or Noel Rasmussen? Date of birth, unknown. Father, Scott William Rasmussen. Date of birth, March 30, 1956. Age, 68. Mother, Samantha Grant Markle. Date of birth, November 24, 1964. Age, she would be 59 this year. History. Samantha Grant Markle, also known as Yvonne Marie Markle or Samantha Rasmussen, was previously married to Earl Hale. First husband, Earl Hale, married from 1980, divorce date unknown. They had 2 children. Ashley Hale, born 1981, featured in the Netflix documentary, where she mentioned not being invited to Meghan and Harry's wedding due to her mother, as told by Meghan. Samantha would have been 17 years old at Ashley's birth, which seems unusual but possible. Christopher Lewis Hale, born 1986, Samantha would have been 22 years old at the time. Samantha Grant Markle's second husband was Scott William Rasmussen, and they were married from 1998 to 2003, making their marriage last for 5 years. They have one daughter, Noel, or Noel, Rasmussen, though her exact date of birth is unknown. According to a Vanity Fair article from May 2018, Noel was 19 years old at the time. In the interview, she spoke positively about Meghan, mentioning how kind Meghan was to her. Noel, who was with her grandmother Rosalind Lovelace at the time, said, "If Meghan ends up with Harry, I hope she will be happy." Just that same month, on May 19, 2018, Meghan and Harry got married, fulfilling Noel's wish.
A book full of lies, but it's not going to be a tell-all. It's literally just going to be her rambling and her versions of things that have happened.
Let's break this down to address the inconsistencies. Noel Rasmussen was born in 1999, assuming she was 19 in May 2018. Samantha Markle, born in 1964, would have been 35 years old when Noel was born. Scott Rasmussen, born in 1956, would have been 43 years old when Noel was born. Although 35 and 43 may seem late to have children, it's not uncommon today for people to have children in their 30s or 40s. Current age of Noel, in 2024. If Noel was born in 1999, she would be 25 years old in 2024, which is indeed old enough to have children of her own. Marriage and divorce. Samantha and Scott married in 1998, and Noel was born a year later in 1999. They filed for divorce in 2003, when Noel was just 4 years old, not 6. The claim in the Vanity Fair article stating Noel was 6 years old when her parents divorced appears to be an error. Based on the timeline, Noel would have been 4 years old at the time of her parents' divorce. This discrepancy in the Vanity Fair article may simply be a factual mistake. Child custody document, dated August 14, 2015. If Noel was born in 1999, she would have been 16 years old at the time this document was issued. In the US, a 16-year-old is generally still considered a minor, meaning custody issues could still be relevant. If this document was circulated by someone linked to Meghan's detractors, Meghan's Success Squad, it raises questions about the timing and intent behind releasing it, especially if it's tied to Samantha's court case against Meghan. Questioning the document's authenticity. If the document may be fake or insufficient, and I challenge the person who issued it to provide more evidence. This child suddenly emerged as a teenager between 2016 and 2018, coinciding with the media spotlight on her real mother. In an attempt at damage control, all traces of her past were erased, her birth certificate, childhood photos, friends, and any records of her early life were completely wiped out. If the document is part of Samantha's legal case, the court would need to determine its validity. If it's being used as evidence, it will undergo scrutiny, which could expose it as questionable or even inadmissible if it's not authentic. Noel's living situation, ages 4 to 16. Where do you think Noel lived from ages 4 to 16, instead of with her mother, Samantha Markle? If the custody and child abuse claims were only filed when Noel was 16, it does raise questions about why these issues emerged so late and if Noel had already been living with her grandmother long before that time. Overall, do you think there's discrepancies that would require further investigation, especially concerning Noel's living arrangements and the timing of the custody dispute? The court would be the proper place to resolve whether the document is genuine and if it fits the timeline of events. I am presenting a strong argument challenging the legitimacy of the document shared by the Success Squad and questioning the narrative surrounding Noel Rasmussen. In reality, the document presented by the Success Squad to the public may very well be a hoax. There was likely no custody battle at all, as Noel was well cared for by her supportive family, including her real parents. She was neither abused nor abandoned. In fact, she lived a privileged life, attending private schools and receiving a monthly allowance. Much like her mother, Noel traveled extensively, joined a sorority, and had a wide circle of friends. But despite this, she suddenly appeared, seemingly wanting a connection to royalty. Now, with the need for damage control, the question arises, what should be done about Noel? Poor Samantha is left to clean up the mess. Noel, once a rebellious and troubled child, has caused issues that can no longer be ignored. She expressed dissatisfaction with her life in extreme ways, even writing to figures like Satan or Hitler to vent her frustration. The real problem she faced wasn't her upbringing, but having a mother who wasn't mentally stable enough to care for her properly. However, the situation is different now. Noel is a mother herself, and it's time for her to do the right thing. Only she knows what that is, and it's within her power to make things right. Take a closer look. Either this is the real Scott William Rasmussen or someone pretending to be Samantha's second ex-husband. If this truly is the correct Scott William Rasmussen, then I have to ask again, what? This man is reportedly worth $100 million and is married to Laura Rasmussen, the founder of Rasmussen.com. According to his bio, they have no children. But if this is the same person who supposedly filed for custody and fought Samantha in court, claiming to love his only daughter, Noel Rasmussen, why isn't she even mentioned in his bio? This raises the biggest question. Who is the real Scott William Rasmussen? When people discover the truth, will they realize who Noel Rasmussen really is? Who are the two people truly responsible for Noel Rasmussen? Operation Pandora's Box. Who are you, Noel Rasmussen? That's the end of our video. See you in the next one, and thanks for watching.